No, yeah, of course.
I don't know what made me think that Hooters left that Wolf Road location.
No, they left Crossgates and went to Wolf Road.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
Well, that was a while ago, too.
That was a long
Do
time
you ever
ago.
leave Lark Street?
That's a good question.
I want to leave Lark Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen,
No, I don't.
I actually do. I'll do broadcasts from Hooters. I call it Fort Orange. So, like, as the president, you always have to place you do meetings. I'll do meetings there all day. I call it Fort Orange.
Nice.
That's where I hang out.
I love it.
We got Mr. Eric Shifter from East Coast MMA
The
coming in the
shapeshifter.
cage.
Ooh,
You know,
I like
here's
it.
the thing. It's going to be interesting. We've not seen him in the cage since
Shapeshifter.
since 2022. He's fighting Kenny Correa out of MV MMA, who has been very active. So to me, it's going to be, is Eric going to show any ring rust?
Yeah, rust versus rust. I mean, what makes you get back in after almost, a year and a half?
Well, when people are amateurs, they have work, they have kids, things come up. Not everybody wants to go pro.
Right.
So a lot of things happen. In order to really commit to a fight, you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah, you have to pretend Hooters doesn't exist.
You do. And if you're one of these little skinny guys, you really got to watch what you eat.
Yeah, I might even, not knowing about Hooters, might make me eligible for an actual fight. Like, that's very possible.
I'm definitely not eligible.
We talked recently about you maybe making a
I-
comeback, possibly?
And I said if anything, I might be able to do a kickboxing fight with my neck and my shoulder and all the injuries from my
Yeah.
motorcycle accident.
So
There's no way I can make it through a camp. What? What are you laughing
You
at?
can't hear the talk back.
So we've got some talk back, and Artie was saying if you want to make a return, it'd be against a guy like him that you could kick
I'll take
the
it,
shit
Artie.
out of him
Listen,
in 10
careful.
seconds.
Artie's training. Artie looks good.
Artie does look good.
I've
did,
known Artie a
dropping
long
35
time.
pounds.
You're gonna have to drop weight to fight Artie.
I know, I'm 264 right now. I'm right at the limit.
Yeah. I remember when I was 264. It was 8th grade. I look good.
Mr. Kenny Correa making his way to the cage. He coming off of a Cage War 62 decision loss. This is another one where he said, you know what? I think I needed this loss because I was getting a little high on myself. I felt like I could beat anybody. I almost lost respect for my opponents. And he said that he expects to come back harder and stronger than ever right now.
I mean, that's so. If you're Shifter, you're making your comeback after a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is. Now you've got Kenny Correa, who's like, okay, I'm going to humble myself to go in there. Like, nobody should be leaving anything on the mat. Like, it should be judges good night. Don't even pay attention, because this one, somebody's got to finish this one, because you got to prove that you're in it for all of it.
And this is a kid. This is one of the ones who was under 21 for a while and couldn't even get into the weigh-ins without an escort. This young man is a buzzsaw.
Yeah, those guys can strike over at MV MMA.
Yeah, they can fight.
They can fight. Man.
Great dirty boxing, great clinch work.
Yes. Here comes Correa.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official introductions.
The upcoming contest in the card for Cage War 65 is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday at 170 pounds. Representing East Coast Mixed Martial Arts out of Wantagh, New York, Eric Shifter. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He also weighed in last night at 170 pounds, representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts out of New Hartford, New York, Kenny Manos Despiedras Correa.
I love it when they play with Falvo. I love it when they're back.
Oh, he loves it right
Yeah.
back, too.
Oh, yeah.
Falvo's the busiest man in the capital region for announcing. He's the best.
Oh, he's everywhere. I do want to apologize, too. I didn't mean to offend your friend and your Hooters family, Jeff.
So
I don't want you to get kicked out of the house.
One of my best friends. So, like, how everybody, like, they read those, they go to those magazines for the articles. I actually, one of my best friends runs all the Hooters. I was in his wedding, so I go and hang out with him, and he's like, he's not a Brian fan at the moment.
I don't think he ever will be.
Kenny Correa with the good head movement, putting the hands and feet together.
There's a little, like,
Shifter changing the levels.
Level shifter.
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, shape shifter. Level shifter works.
Good groundwork.
I mean, that's a perfect start for you if you're shifter right now, right?
Yep.
Oh, it is. It is. Especially because Correa was getting, the better of the standing. But again, it's his first fight in 2 years, and he is exerting a lot of energy right now with his grappling. You know, I would slow down a little bit, breathe. He's got the position. Kenny trying to clear that right knee.
It's got to be just exciting to know the plan's working this early.
That's a good job by Shifter early.
It really is. Putting
This
the
is pretty
pressure.
impressive.
He's keeping Kenny flat on his back.
Yeah.
When you're flat on your back, there's not much you can do. You got to get to a hip. You got to get to an elbow. You got to get to an arm. There we go.
Yep.
I mean,
Trying to keep him from passing that half guard. Looking to work for that arm. Trying to get that right leg through. But again, Shifter very aware.
real wrestling here. Nice job by him.
Trying to use that left leg to clear Kenny's legs.
There is nothing about what Shifter's doing that leads me to believe he was on a layoff.
No, and again, he may have been training nonstop in the gym. Just because he hasn't competed doesn't mean he's not been training. What can Kenny do with this closed guard? Opens it up as Shifter postures.
Just try to minimize the damage here if you're Correa and just hope that Shifter just exhausts himself.
And catch an arm on the way down and try to sweep.
Correa's very live, by the way, on the bottom.
He is, but he's got to, get to the hip, try to get to the other hip, string some things together because Shifter's very aware.
Well, right? Shifter doesn't appear to be dominating as much as he could be at this point with only a minute left to go. He's certainly winning the round, Shifter is.
And again, Kenny doing a good job not letting him stay in side mount. Looks like, ate my words like I was Jeff Levesque.
I got a little hot sauce on him. It's good.
Do they still do the breaded wings, right?
Breaded or naked, either one.
Gotcha.
Is gonna be either.
Naked's always better.
Yeah. They actually, if you ask for Love Action sauce, I have my own sauce.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, good job by Kenny.
It's a hot, spicy
Can he
garlic.
fight these hands against the cage?
I got reflux.
Dig that underhook. There we go. He dug that right underhook. Is Shifter getting tired? 30 seconds.
Here comes Correa.
How much did that take out of Shifter?
Craig just waited for it. What?
Shifter did something I've never seen before. He got mad at him. Yeah.
But again, Shifter's going to look to change that level, and Kenny's doing a nice job not rushing.
This fight got really interesting. Boom.
It did, but if I'm Kenny Correa, I'm not letting him get close. Keep him at the end of your punches.
Wow.
Great first round.
Excellent first round. I don't know. I think Correa may have done enough to sneak out in the eyes of the judges at the
I
end
agree.
of that, right?
I wouldn't want to judge it.
Yeah.
Well, and also, if I'm Correa at this point, I got to feel like the longer this goes, the better my chances to take this
Absolutely.
thing down.
And Shifter dominated. He had position for the first 2 minutes, but really didn't do a lot with it. Correa did more in the last 30 seconds.
And the striking was totally Correa's advantage.
If I'm Correa's corner, I'm like, I thought you were starting to respect your opponents. Like I trash talk him a little bit. Because once you got shot on, taken down.
Well, you see Duff. Duff is very animated. He's one of those guys who's going to get you up in the corner.
There's Al.
Shifter's corner giving him some instructions. Again, he's nice and calm, but how much did that grappling heavy round take out of his cardio?
Because you said he most likely has been training that whole time, and obviously he looks like he's been training. But there's no substitute for a fight.
No, not at all.
Correa looks like the fresher fighter, by the way, jumping off the stool.
He's like, I don't even know if he's 21 yet. I think he's just 21. He better
Correa?
be fresh. Yeah.
There we go.
How old Shifter?
Not 21.
No, he's not old.
Nice job by Shifter with the jab. Kenny's got to be careful because Shifter's trying to use that jab to work in.
Okay.
Correa's really felt. He looks comfortable now.
I'd like to see the jabs to the teep kick. He's leaving that midsection open in the square.
Shifter returns fire
Nice
after
frame
eating.
by Kenny.
And then Shifter challenged him to come in.
Yeah, which is I don't think
Because
he really
again,
wants that.
No, he does though because
yeah.
he wants to close the distance
Yeah,
to
but
engage a grapple.
Agreed, but Correa's piecing him up right
Oh,
now.
nice body knee. And that's something else for the fans at home. There is no knees to the face in amateur mixed martial arts.
Shifter just yells at him and then
yelled,
eats.
"Come on!"
And
No,
Correa's like,
nice
"All
knee to the
right."
body.
Shifter's got a little
That looked almost
a
low.
little egg growing underneath that left eye.
He's starting to tire out here. Well, let's see what Kenny Correa can do. That body shot hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't let him in that close to grab that knee.
That's a great job by Shifter here.
Good job bringing him to the ground, slowing the action down.
I mean, that's exactly what he needed to do.
Grabbing Kenny's hand, going to pull him away from the cage a little bit so he can't wall walk and work.
Kenny looking to his coaches. What do I do?
And again, that's a nice advantage of being close to your corner.
Plus, he's just very calm and relaxed.
These judges, man, you grab that cage, you're getting slapped.
Oh yeah,
it's
they're letting
coming.
you know about it.
Well, but again, when you're trying to wall walk, that gives you all the leverage in the
Yeah.
world.
Yep.
So now, Correa shouldn't just be accepting this right now. This is too short of a fight. Power your way out of that.
But again, it's tough when somebody's got their arms locked around your waist like that and are pushing you against the fence because you really can't get to a hip necessarily. You know, you're wearing their weight
And
into the mount position.
And Shifter, like, he weighed in at 170, but
He's a big boy.
yeah, he's heavier than 170 today. Correa looks like he probably walked around there.
He's in side mount, but again, not against the cage isn't the best place to be in side mount. He's going to try transition mount. Good job by Correa, keeping him half guard.
I'm really impressed with Shifter here in round number 2.
So am I.
He's a little awkward at times, but he's highly intelligent as far as he knows what his capabilities are. He knew where he had to take this fight.
He knows where his path to victory lies.
It's very difficult in my day-to-day life to say someone's intelligent who you just yelled, "Come punch me in the face."
I know, but I mean, he turned the fight around completely. He was getting pieced up a minute and a half ago.
Yep.
Wow, good job turning that corner. Correa looked for the arm lock to use as a sweep.
It's it's a short fight, but it's a long minute and a half that Correa's been laying down there getting punched.
It is, and who knows how the judges saw that first round. Again, they've been surprising all night. So, I think it's 1-1. But
I
it
do
could
too.
be 2-0 at the end of this round. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kenny Correa smiling after that.
It was like a mutual respect thing too, because that knee was close to being laid. It was while the horn was sounding, and he's just like, "Hey, didn't mean it. We're good."
Yep.
And so if Correa is old enough, these guys will have a beer after this fight.
I agree. And if he's not, somebody deserves to sneak him one.
But not that we would ever do that.
I would not do that.
Let's go.
It's a good fight.
Correa is definitely the fresher of the two, but as we saw, it really doesn't matter as long as Shifter can get his hands on him and get him on his back.
I'm surprised that Shifter had enough to get the takedown in round number 2 and then do it so kind of almost effortlessly.
Well, you can tell he comes from a wrestling background, and when you do, I mean, it's just second nature. It's like riding a bike. No matter how tired you are, you can still execute to a certain extent.
And listen, let's be honest. The elevator does not go to the top floor when you come punch me in the face, as much as he said that tonight. Like he's happy to have this happen.
I don't know. I think part of the Shifter is he shifts his.
The Shifter, I like it.
I'm telling you, the Shifter makes you feel. He plays possum with your head a little bit too, Levac.
I'm saying that left eye is going to be a black eye tomorrow morning, and he's going to be proud of it.
He is.
His chin's up, his mouth's open. Let's see if Correa can take advantage of that.
Right when you think you got the Shifter, he
Drops down,
shifts.
grabs that leg.
Shifts.
Correa's corner saying, don't load up on the shots. Don't give him that opportunity.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's what.
Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
Did you see that? He gave him a little. He gave him a little
okey
ghost.
doke.
Oh, Kenny's got to
This is
roll out of
awkward.
this.
Shifter, man.
The Shifter, man.
Don't sleep on him,
No.
or he'll put you to sleep. The Shifter.
Brian's writing movies. He's going to put together.
I apologize to everybody watching at stimulus.com.
Now, Kenny's
and
doing a good job
to Dan from
fighting the arms, but he's flat on his back. He's allowing Shifter to work up his body.
I had higher hopes on from a striking perspective for Correa in this fight because I just thought Shifter would make himself more available to him. But credit the fighting style that Shifter's doing out there. He's gone out and winning this fight.
Shifting styles.
He's shifty.
It's like the second Correa gets comfortable throwing those hands, he's at your waist and you're going to the ground.
And that's why his corner was saying, don't load up.
Right.
Don't telegraph.
What
Kenny's doing a good job being aware, but into side mount goes Shifter.
Correa trying to wiggle his way out.
You hear his corner yelling for the scrambling. Get to a hit. Try to get out the back door. Anything at this point.
Still he's completely
Gotta be
controlling
careful.
though.
Yeah. There's
North
still
side
time.
Position side mount for Shifter still. 1 minute left.
The way Shifter's using the weight, keep Correa down, keep him uncomfortable, make his breathing difficult.
And he's keeping his weight on Kenny's chest, so the hip
Yeah.
bumps aren't making much of a difference.
Did he let him up, or did Kenny get up?
I think Kenny scrambled up.
Well, this fight could get very interesting
Less than a minute.
because we know the kind of hands Correa's got.
Right.
He's just got to let him go.
Yeah, there it is, though.
You gotta sprawl. You gotta expect that from the shifter.
What's weird is like the shifter should be getting more tired, and he sure as hell isn't fresh, but he's becoming more comfortable.
Correa's got 20 seconds left. If he can avoid this,
Good sprawl.
Very good sprawl. Now,
Correa should just start
I was
unloading.
gonna say, if I'm Correa, I've got to unload.
His
I've
arm
got
is
to have the
trapped.
judges see this. Oil check.
These guys, yeah.
This
Your
portion of the
local Jiffy
broadcast-
Lube.
Yep, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Oh, what a fight. So
Wow.
much fun.
Can you imagine if Shifter actually works at local Jiffy Lube and you walk in tomorrow, he's going to be black eye?
I'll tell you what, for 2 years off, he did a really nice job.
Yeah.
He was very aware, changing position to position, negating the threat that Kenny Correa brings.
And not to be the broken record, but do you have any idea where the judges are going with this?
I really have no idea. I mean, really, it depends if you're looking. I mean, Correa had the advantage of striking.
Yeah.
I would say that the octagon control and aggression, you could almost give that to Shifter, but at the same time, Correa, because there was times it went back and forth.
I think that Correa he inflicted more damage in a shorter amount of time, but I think the bigger body of work was Shifter here, and I think that's probably the way the judges might side with it. But
We've been wrong all night.
But in the moments of fiery exchanges, Correa was piecing them up. I just don't know if he did it with enough frequency, Jeff.
I'm just wondering if I mentally expected less from Shifter after the layoff. Maybe that's why I'm grading him a little higher, but I felt like he controlled a lot of the fight. And even when he wasn't, when he was taking the damage, he was kind of lulling Correa into letting him get a hold of a leg.
I just got a message. He does work at Jiffy Lube. He works the third shift. He works. He's a third shifter.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official decision.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for two great fighters and one hell of a matchup. After 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts, we go to the official scorecard. John Lopez scores the fight 29-28 in favor of the blue corner. Chris Polinsky scores the fight 29-28 in favor of the red corner. Rob Exisa scores the fight 30-27 for your winner by way of split decision. Out of the red corner, Kenny Correa.
Well.
I'm going to be interested if it's the same judge that judged the other fight 30-27 that we didn't agree with.